discovered that about 30% of what was promised is what is executed. Mr. Speaker, it may interest you to know that in this state, that the governor had promised that he will refund 7.5% contributory pension funds to contributors, payment of consolidated medical salary to doctors and nurses, doctors. There's also the provision that there's an agency that is supposed to take care of, let me be specific with that agency. The name is Akwa Micro Enterprise and Development Agency Law. I don't know whether that is in place. I know that. Mr. Speaker, we are supposed to hold government accountable. But surprisingly, Akwa people don't ask questions. You presented a manifesto in 2019, and we don't know how far, so far, and no one is asking questions. All we hear is plans to bring a stitch, to continue. So we should ask questions as to the performance rating of this administration.
All right, Parliamentarian, your time fast spent. Thanks for joining us this morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, the guests in the studio. Good morning, all the parliamentarians. My name is Talent. I come from you.
All right, welcome to the plenary.
Mr. Speaker, this morning I want to send a condolence message to Pastor Albert Akwa. And I want wish the God Almighty grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. And back to the topic of the day. Mr. Speaker, I want to say something about the manifesto of all the candidates. During the burial of the brother of Senator Pastor Albert, we see who is who in that arena, in that burial day. These candidates, they know who they want. All the candidates, they know who is the best man. I will not allow people to deceive me or party sentiment to deceive, because when we want to say Akwa Ibom, look for what happened on Saturday. Who is who in Akwa Ibom attended the burial, and some of them do the needful, because we are interested in Akwa Ibom State. We have one state, Akwa Ibom State. So leave party aside. Don't come and impose people on somebody. We want manifesto people with character, people that love Akwa Ibom, people that know politics, not a businessman. We don't need a businessman. A businessman will not come and manage Akwa Ibom well. Because if you say businessman, we want somebody with character. We want somebody with antecedents, a credible person.
All right, let me quickly ask you, Parliamentarian. Let me quickly ask you, why would you say we don't need a businessman to come manage an Akwa Ibom? Because as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, as far as job creation is concerned, if there are a group of people who have been instrumental to massive job employment or creation in Nigeria and out of Nigeria, it is the people in the organized private sector.
Let me answer you. If you bring a banker, a bank manager, a director in the bank to manage Akwa Ibom, they will not only start to make money. To keep money for 100 days, money will stay there. But how to manage human beings will take you. And we need somebody with character and confidence, not only business. If you are in a business sector for 100 days and you cannot pay your salary, your worker's salary, well, you cannot manage your home well, how will you come and manage Akwa Ibom?
All right, we'll leave that for Akwa Ibom people to decide. Thank you very much for joining us. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Hello, good morning.
A very happy Monday. My name is again. I want to say it's not the problem of Akwa Ibom, and especially it doesn't me exist by origin and people. And I think that the at the level fulfill its campaign messages and manifesto to the people. What? Winning election, you will not fulfill those manifestos. There should be the manifesto should be made under oath. It's high time Nigerians consider the political gladiators to make their manifestos under oath, so that if they don't fulfill it, they could be penalized. The
should be a specific terms of imprisonment or stoning by death or whatsoever happens for any politician who comes to deceive people. At the end, if they will not do it. If you don't do it like that, people will continue to go and say they will create heaven and earth. They will create human beings. That is the purpose of Nigerian and Akwa Ibom politicians. So I am saying the Nigerians should make it as a matter of policy, criminalizing manifestations should be made on that road so that we can stop all these mess. And lastly, I want to say also it is not good to destroy people's billboard. If you destroy my billboard, I will destroy your own billboard. We don't want problems in Nigeria. Go on campaign, first people, billboard or no win election. What is the sense destroy people's billboard? And for its name, please, this is the high time to exhibit all the attainment of professionalism. Even if you are attached to a politician, don't follow him and do wrong. Let us stop defacing of people's billboard. We want a good Akwa Ibom. We want a better Nigeria. Umar Kwegeke is my name. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Indeed, we all want to see a better Akwa Ibom. We all want to see a better Nigeria, and violence is not the option. Hello, welcome to the plenary.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, good morning. Mr. Speaker, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the plenary. You have the floor briefly, please.
Yes, this is Valentine. I'm calling from Oyo. So, with what is happening with the electorate, I think this is the time for them to go autonomous. Let them have let them manage their affairs alone, and then put the government out of it. What if we will hear people will compare the level of education in Nigeria, the level of education in Nigeria with what we are having in outside Nigeria and outside Africa. You see that those people they run their affairs alone. Government does not come in. You see a standard university that stands alone, and then you will not see government come in and they put their hands. So let the government allow these people to run their affairs alone. In the other way, I want to say, let us go back to who will be the governor of Akwa Ibom State. To me, I would prefer a politician than a businessman. I really would prefer a politician than a businessman, because a politician will always...
All right, we'll have to come back to you, parliamentarian, to complete your thoughts. We'll have to take a pause right now, so please connect us back once we are done with the news, BBC Pidgin News. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The BBC, and now BBC Pidgin Minutes. BBC Pidgin Minute.
Good morning, Narun Ken Abdul Malik.
Human rights lawyer Femi Falana advised Nigeria President Muhammadu Buhari to ask public universities to pay members of the academic staff union of universities their full salary.
This is a follow claim says some members of the union collect half salary for October.
ASUB recently called off their strike will last for 8 months.
Owners of the Tanzania plane were crashed for Lake Victoria yesterday morning say now only 24 people survive.
Precision Air confirms 19 people died for the crash.
US President Joe Biden plus ex-President Donald Trump don dey ginger voters ahead of midterm election wey go happen across the country on Tuesday.
Dem hold last-minute rallies for New York and Florida as the election get chance to reshape Congress.
Southampton manager Rafa Senotti say he no dey worry about him future.
Im talk dey come as reports comot say im job dey shake after Newcastle wire im club 4-1 on Sunday.
Southampton finished the weekend third from bottom for the Premier League table.
Find us for internet
bbc.com/pidgin.
Hello, where you dey now? I dey come. I don almost reach.
Quick we dey go for full spa session after we finish. Na me go pay.
Spark, you wey say you not get shishi just last week.
That na before I win 150,000 naira gift card for the Zenith Better Life promo season 2.
Yes, so Zenith Bank they give a wolf prize where reach 150,000 naira each to 20 lucky customers every 2 weeks for the Zenith Better Life promo season 2. To qualify, just open Zenith Bank account and put money where reach 5,000 naira for 1 month. Collect and activate your Zenith Bank ATM card, whether physical or virtual. Then register for *966# or Zenith Mobile Banking. nothing. E never finish oh. Every 3 months, 5 mega winners go also win gifts wey reach 500,000 naira each. Hey! This promo dey open to all Zenith Bank account holders, whether new or old, from February 1, 2022 to January 31, 2023. Terms and conditions dey. Zenith Bank, now for your best interest.
The People's Parliament is brought to you courtesy of JIA Outdoor Services. JIA Outdoor Services, a member of the Mbarukas Group, owns and manages billboards and advertising services in and outside Akwa Ibom State. Why not visit them today or call this number 0803-741-2340. JIA Outdoor Services, a member of the Mbarukas Group.
Doctor, Mr. Isaac's current predicament has nothing to do with the food he ate at Iyabasira's Buka?
No, it doesn't, Barrister. The test shows that his reactions are caused by some food allergies he isn't aware of. Some people here ate that food, but they don't have any pains or running stomach.
Yes. The food sweet, saute, I chop extra. Isn't this similar to taking the COVID-19 vaccine?
Exactly. Reactions after getting the COVID-19 vaccine can vary from person to person. The reactions are usually mild and would clear after 1 or 2 days. Most people have no reactions at all, so there isn't anything wrong with the vaccine. It's just how your body reacts to it.
What is it going to be? Would you avoid taking the vaccine because of the reactions? Or would you do it for love? Protect yourself, family, friends, and community from COVID-19. Get vaccinated sharply.
Do it for love.
Do it for love.
Do it for love.
Reason this matter. Think of Ogbonge football with the greatest them. You fit enjoy Qatar 2022 games in Pidgin, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. You're not supposed to miss any action of all 64 games live. So, watch all the action for Qatar 2022 Jakarta from the 20th of November to the 18th of December. Upgrade to GoTV Super today to enjoy all 64 games live. Dial *288# to download my GoTV app to stay connected. GoTV. Love it.
And of course, we have 4 motions on the floor. We talked about the PDP who is set to flag off his gubernatorial campaign tomorrow. And YPP gubernatorial candidate Obambasi Albert has expressed gratitude over solidarity enjoyed during the grieving movement. And of course, we talked about the destruction of campaign materials, where the Akwa Ibom State Police Command has warned politicians to desist from the act. The last motion left for us to treat this morning is about ASU's strike, which is by the corner of a half payment, as human rights organizations have warned the federal government over their inability to address the issue with ASU. And we'll quickly take some of the comments that we have on the Facebook page. Parliamentarian Ulab Comrade Simon says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, the guys in the studio. My name is Comrade Asuko Simon. In my submission, I urge the federal government to please see reasons to comply with ASU. It will be very heartbreaking for ASU to embark on another strike again. ASU's strike was not illegal. Rather, they were looking for the rights, and such FG should not punish ASU by reducing their salary. Secondly, destruction of campaign material is not the best option to campaign for election because it will go against the ongoing maintain peace movement we are preaching in the state. All the parties have the right to go around and carry out their campaign peacefully. As for Senator Obambasi Albert's response to solidarity during grieving movement, it shows that he is a courageous man, and I also sympathize with him and at the same vein urge him to lose focus. To not lose focus, I guess he wanted to say, on his ambition. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us. Parliamentarian Etini Salas says the People's Parliament, it's very unfortunate that Upon the prolonged 8-month strike that the Nigerian students stayed at home as a result of federal government failing to meet ASU's demands, and the FG have the guts and the mindset to pay them half salary. And now I wish the court that ordered ASU to call off the strike will also order federal government to pay them their salaries. Parliamentarian Henry White says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Akwa Ibom party members should desist from attacking and destroying campaign materials of opposition political parties. Such evil actions may lead to violence. Going on another strike will be senseless, seeing that previous strike did not yield any positive result. I would suggest that ASU should continue doing their job also on a half scale pending when government will pay them their full salaries. Shutting down school is not the right decision. Students will continue to suffer. Thank you, Henry Uwa. Parliamentarian Emmanuel Takum says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. My heartfelt condolences goes to Uba and all the deceased. As I say, may their soul rest in peace. Police sounding warning for destruction of campaign billboard is welcoming, but how will police monitor and capture the political followers of the various parties that effect the destruction and when it occurs? Finally, I'm not surprised if ASU embarking on another round of strike with the action of the Minister of Labour, FG, and Acting Auditor General of the Federation paying lecturers half salaries. It's quite unfortunate that the federal government undermines university lecturers and Nigerian students that suffers all their saga. I hope the National Industrial Court and the Appeal Court is aware of this development before compelling ASU to return to classroom as if they are public slaves. This corner is going to aggravate major problems before ASU or between ASU. Parliamentarian Megaiwo says the People's Parliament, Mr. Speaker, the warning from the police authority on the destruction of billboard is highly commendable, but it should just be a mere warning. It shouldn't just be a mere warning, rather. Every Akwa Ibomite who is qualified has the right to aspire to any political office under any political party of his or her choice. There's no party that is a religion that everybody must be there before peace reign. We all have rights of freedom of association. That's coming from Parliamentarian Udeme Megaibo, who welcome more contributions from Parliamentarian via the phone line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Good morning in the studio.
Yes, you have the floor.
I am Comrade Emmanuel Okon. Happy New Week, Mr. Speaker. I want to use this medium to send my condolences to the distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Basiha Betapan. Indeed, on Saturday, it was a unit. It was a platform of who is who in Akwa Ibom State. I want to express my happiness to the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, distinguished Senator Basiha, who was present in that area. I want to also thank all those people that were there. They condole with the distinguished Senator Basiha Betapan. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that the destroying of politicians, the billboard of different parties is uncalled for in Akwa Ibom State. People should not destroy the billboard of a fellow politician. It is uncalled for because the billboard does not make somebody to win election. Instead, what you do for Akwa Ibom people, who you are in Akwa Ibom State, will make you to win the election. Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate you for this platform. I say may God bless you and the guests in the studio. I am Comrade Emmanuel from you. Thank you for having me this morning.
Thanks for joining us, Parliamentarian. Right about now, we'll take a quick pause and head out to bring you a commercial. When we come back, the People's Parliament continue to stay with us.
To the people, that's the minor. The next governor of Akwa Ibom. This, the chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, invite His Excellency, the game changer, and the chairman of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Mr. Domi Manuel, and wife, the Deputy Governor, members of the National Assembly, members of the State Executive Council, State House of Assembly members, State Working Committees of the PDP, local government chairmen, and councillors, chapter officers and ward officers of the PDP, chieftains and stakeholders, royal fathers, my lord, spiritual and temporal, political groups, youth groups, men and women, to the Akwa Ibom State campaign flag-off of the PDP governorship candidate, Pastor Omo Eno, and his distinguished deputy, Senator Akun Yaini. Date, Tuesday, 8th of November, 2022. Venue, Nest of Champion, Uyo. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Come, let's present a winning flag of victory to a man of destiny. Publicity Secretary, announcer.
Glad to welcome you back. Right about now, we'll come back to taking one more comment. And of course, we have parliamentarian Mayor Nabasi Andemo says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Destruction of campaign material is a sign of desperation by our politicians and its followers. This should not be allowed to continue because it does not speak well of our democracy. A governor should allow the PDP gubernatorial flag bearer to front its campaign. The governor should not use the state resources to fund for anybody's personal ambition. Let me come back to you, parliamentarian Othorofon Morgan.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to say something. We heard a call from Annie Michael when he was talking about the manifesto of Governor Udomi Mando. Mr. Speaker, Annie Michael is an aide to the YPP gubernatorial candidate. So for me, I feel what he should do is to go home and campaign. There's no need of always saying, always saying Governor Udomi has not done this, date is this. 2 months ago, he was not saying those things. He's very, very unnecessary. He has to go to the unit and campaign. The governor has done his part. Just like we keep saying, this state, we have been blessed with leaders, good leaders. Obong Victor Ta, Gospel Akbabio, now Udomi Mando. If he wants his boss to win, he should go to the unit and go and campaign. There is no amount of saying what this person has not done or what he has done that is going to change. So if the mantle of the next, becoming the next governor or the ticket of the party of PDP was given to Senator Basi Abed, will he now be saying all these things? Those are the issues. You should go home and campaign. Those are what is needed now. Go and tell people what your boss is going to do. Other people will go and campaign. There's no need of dragging the governor. The governor is not looking for election again. Go and campaign. If the governor has not done something well, say it, but not like making it look very, like the governor looking very evil. Imagine he used the word stooge on Pastor Moino. Pastor Moino is an Akwa Ibom child. He has done very well. I heard he started his hotel from 3-bedroom and having a 4-star hotel, doing a lot of hospitality, employing a lot of Akwa Ibom people and other people. So he has done well for his own. So he has to go and campaign and not call other people stooge. If someone calls Senator Basi Abe stooge, will he be happy? Those things are not needed on air. This is not the issue base. We should be talking about issue base, what your boss wants to do. You should be talking about his manifesto, not talking about what another person has done. Those things are the past.
All right, let's welcome more contributions. Hello, welcome to the plenary. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
We can barely hear you. Could you speak up, please?
Yeah, I remain Patricia Daniel from Ibom. Mr. Speaker, it is so uncalled for that looking at what has happened, first of all, permit me to send my condolences to Obong Basi Albert and my neighbor boss over the burial of his brother. It is so fine their time. These are the things that have been a problem to acquire them. The transparency to the good people of Akwa.
All right, parliamentarian, I have to cut you off. Your audio is very poor. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, parliamentarian.
It's Young, calling for Ibiana.
All right, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I think, Mr. Speaker, having the right senses and thinking, I don't think somebody will come to engage the philosophy behind Dakara. I think, in this state, we say, okay, but immediately after that administration, we knew that nothing was falling apart. And people were still begging, going to politicians' houses to beg. And now this is the philosophy that has instilled into all discipline and food foodness for us to strive and become something. And somebody would say that the Gada philosophy is a miss. It's unfortunate, Mr. Speaker. On the issue of ASU and the federal government must note that it was the breach of their negotiation that made ASU to go on strike. And this issue of pro-Raja situation should not come in. That they should pay ASU and make sure that the educational industry in Nigeria is put into proper perspective. Thank you for having me, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much for joining us. Have been tempted to look at the meaning of the word stitch again in order to guide us as parliamentarians very much on the floor of the plenary. Now, the word stitch means, by the dictionary definition as a noun, it's a derogatory word, and that should not be used on earth. I was tempted to look at that again to be very sure. And it says a subordinate used by another to do unpleasant routine work. So if you're calling someone a party stooge, then it's definitely a very derogatory word. You go back to the verb aspect of it. It talks about moving about aimlessly, drifting about without necessarily being able to achieve anything worthwhile. And it also says a performance whose act involved being the butt of a comedian joke. So the word stitch should not be found on any platform when it comes to the media world. So I want to use this time to warn parliamentarians to desist from using that word and every other derogatory word on the floor of the plenary. Let's welcome more contributions from parliamentarians. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, parliamentarian.
Yeah, let me, first of all, thank you for the balance you brought to the People's Parliament, and then thank my brother, Comrade Utelefon. Mr. Speaker, the Parliament is meant for robust discussion and debate and issues of great importance. It's not for the likes of Annie Michael. He does not love Ibom Basi Albert compared to what Udom Emmanuel has done for Basi Albert, giving him a ticket to go to the Senate for the second time. Annie Michael cannot claim to be a saint when it comes to the political discourse or achievement of any government in any guise. I pity him because he's one of those who does not wish Ibom Basi Albert well. Psychophantic approach on issues he does not have one knowledge about. It does not help any policy. Akwa Ibom is very peaceful. He should not ignite any talk back on issues that will not build the state. He should tell us what Basi Albert has in store to do when winning election. You should not use the derogatory word on another candidate. Will be more in a win now. Is it not going to be his governor, which I believe is going to win? Whoever wins, will that person not be another person's governor? You've heard more times I do talk about people. Don't just insult anybody. Radio is meant, information is meant as a veritable tool in building a society, not to disintegrate the society. And in my case, should be questioned because you should be the brain behind the destruction of billboards in this state. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you, parliamentarian, for joining us. But I'd like to also say that making assumptions and pointing accusing fingers should not also be a thing that we entertain, especially during this period, so that we do not foment trouble for the larger society. Akwa Ibom is peaceful, but if we have to maintain that peace, then we have to be collectively responsible through our words, through our actions, especially as the electioneering period gets to the climax of the respective party activities. But let me come back to you, Parliamentarian Trofon.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to comment on the half payment, or is it?
Yes, half payment by the federal government.
Federal government to ASU. Mr. Speaker, by the grace of God, I have been involved in my very young age as an aide to a special advisor to the governor on labor a long time ago. That's 2011. Mr. Speaker, anytime a union goes on strike, at the end of that strike, when you are going to have negotiations, one of the things you have to include is that any staff or employee that was involved in this strike will not be penalized. That is always the last
line of the agreement.
Yes. So that what simply means is that if you are like a head of the union, you will not be posted. Okay, they'll say, okay, Mr. Speaker, since you did that and you are here, they'll post you to thanks you. You understand? Or they post you to Spectrum. It's in any form of punishment.
Maltreatment.
Will not be done. And pay. And they will also include that they will be paid. So at that point that you have that, nobody is going to be penalized. This issue that we are now seeing will not come up. Mr. Speaker, you know that ASU called off the strike from a court order or from a court judgment. So what they would have done is that should have also been included as one of the one of the things that will be given as judgment. That those that were involved in the strike should not be penalized, because this is now them being penalized. How would the lecturers survive from the loans they have been getting for their medical, rent, and others? So government has to look at it, and that is why negotiation is always the key. All this court issue going. How about Nnamdi Kanu that they gave a judgment initially,
and the federal government is yet to honor? That's definitely an issue for another day. I think it's about time that we as Nigerians rise and unite as a people to ensure that we hold government accountable, because a situation where contempt of court is being committed by the federal government and ASU or any other constituted body is not also allowed to exercise its right is very worrisome, and it raises a big question mark on whether or not we're actually practicing democracy. But let's welcome more contributions. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello, Mr. Speaker. Myself is my name. Calling again. Mr. Speaker, let me be quick about this and put on record that I have no knowledge, no business with destruction of billboards, as alleged by one Mr. Samson Akpan, Politics Today. I want to caution him that I've been a man of very decent character. The police, the security agencies know I'm a very decent man. There's nothing wrong in calling for accountability on the part of government. I only took a document presented by His Excellency Governor Demi Mawel in 2019, the manifesto, and said that I had taken time. I found it in my shelf on Sunday. So I took part of Sunday after coming back from service to go through it, and I discovered that 30% of what promised Akwa Ibom people has not been achieved, and that Akwa Ibom people should be asking questions. I think there's no crime about that.
Your time fast spent. Thank you very much. I think that's something that's debatable, and we'll have to look critically into that. But let's welcome one more contribution. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Good morning, parliamentarian.
This is Sunday Papa calling from Ekoripa.
All right, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, you can remember in a time in this country, there was something that was known as Ali must go. It wasn't as bad as this before that was adopted. Ali must go. Today, I want to see Nigerian students in conjunction with the Nigerian labor to say Kike and Adamu must go. Enough is enough of the destruction of education sector in Nigeria. I see no reason why in Kike to be a stumbling block to the development of education of the poor people. He should go. There's no reason whatsoever that is justified not to pay ASU members. ASU member must be paid. And Adamu and Kike should resign or they're forced to go out. Since the incompetent president cannot start.
All right, I have to cut you short there. You cannot call our president incompetent. That is a very derogatory statement to use. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Hello, good morning.
My name is, yes, my last shot, Mr. Speaker, Samson Akpan is the name. Please look for a day and invite myself and Annie Michael. Let Annie Michael come and tell them what Senator Hazard has done, and I'll tell him what Udoma has done. Because all this issue of picking up, when Basi Albert was speaking glowingly about the achievement of His Excellency, even the aviation sector and industrialization, where was Annie Michael? It should not because his principal was not favored. Does he love my Basi Albert more than I do? Basi Albert is representing me at the red chambers. Does he love him? All these psychophantic over issues that cannot be substantiated should be dropped by followers.
All right,
Basi Albert respects Governor Emmanuel very well. So he should not bring a problem. It will be a problem. You have preached this often that followers should not cause any problem in the politics. Bring me an Annie Michael, please.
All right, thank you very much, parliamentarian. Definitely we'll look into that. But let me come back to you, parliamentarian, the phone for your last take. We are gradually running out of time.
Okay, so Mr. Speaker, I want to also thank you for giving me this opportunity to be here. Mr. Speaker, I want to again say that ASU has to go back to the drawing board and see ways they can renegotiate for their salary. And federal government also have to pay their salary because these people have gotten a lot of money at that time, loan, and a lot of them have died. I know a lot of lecturers that are in UNU. If you enter UNU that first week, they just resume. You see a lot of posters of people that have died. And it could be because of, it's very likely a result of that strike and non-payment of salary. So federal government has to pay their salary. Then, Mr. Speaker, destruction of materials. I want to say that Akwa Ibom people, supporters should stop destroying campaign material because if you destroy another person's own, you will be scared to put your own. So automatically is a situation that everybody loses. And my condolences to Senator Basi Abed on the death and burial of his brother. Then, Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate Pastor Moino on the flag of tomorrow. We wish him the best weather, best everything.
All right, thank you very much, Parliamentarian, for joining us. On behalf of the People's Parliament, I appreciate you, Parliamentarian, for being part of today's success story, and you who called in via the phone line, who made your comment on a verified Facebook page, and who has been listening on to our online radio. Very much thanks to you. Also ensure that as you go about campaigning for your respective candidate, please, we beg you, do not heat up the polity because Akwa Ibom State is the only state that we have. And if we get to a point where violence erupts in the society, many of us will not have places to run to. So let's be peaceful. God bless Akwa Ibom State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And wishing you a very beautiful week ahead. My name is Francis Adet, and by the power vested in me as the Speaker of this Honorable Parliament, I hereby declare officially closed for deliberations the floor of the House today. See you again tomorrow, same time, same station. Bye-bye.